All right, so let's talk about digital breakout, specifically the Each Kindness digital breakout. I'm on my webpage right now. This is joenerdy.com. And the second tab right now, I move these around a lot, but right now it's the second tab, digital breakouts. If you click right there, I have a few things that have been thrown together, but most importantly, this digital breakout we put a lot of work in to. And so if you want to read this book to your second, third, or fourth graders and do some cause and effect and some main idea, yeah, there's a lot of things covered in here for reading. So let's check it out. So I'm going to click on this button right here. All right, this will make things easier for you. It'll open up this folder in a new window. And really the only thing you have to do as far as digitally goes, you need to click on this Start Here button. All right, and all that does is provide you a link that will make a copy of the form. Once you have the copy of this form, it's a Google form. It's like 27 sections long. It's really long. Once you have that, you're pretty much good to go. I'm going to tell you a few more things about it. But yeah, this adds the form to your drive, and when your students take the tests, the results will go into your own Google Drive, okay? So yeah, now I'm in my student account, if you noticed. So yeah, now my student account has a copy of this, just like you guys will have a copy of it, okay? So once you have that, what you need to do is click on Send, and then click on Link. And once you have this link, send that out to your students via Google Classroom, or I guess you could try Seesaw, but yeah, Google Classroom. And that's it. You'll be on your way to your breakout. So let's talk about what's going to happen once you start your breakout. Because it's going to take your kids more than an hour to do this. It'll be like an hour and a half. All right, let me close this and go back to this folder. So yeah, let's take a look at this passwords document. I wish my computer was going a little bit faster. All right, section 11, you have a Venn diagram. The other sections above that are all pretty straightforward. So I'll give you an example. Is the picture, is the story fiction or nonfiction? Well, it's fiction. And we used response validation to make them say the word or type the word fiction. Now this one we only did 7 characters, so it's probably a bad example. But the genre, what is the genre of this story? They have to pick realistic fiction. That will take them to section 6. If they choose anywhere else, section 5 for example, or sorry, if they choose mystery, they will go to a wrong answer section. Let's take a look at that. This wrong answer, they'll have to watch this video, and that'll loop them back to section 4. So after section 5, go to section 4. That loops them back up here to section 4, and they're going to try it again until they get realistic fiction, which will take them to section 6 and skip the wrong answer, and they'll continue on with their test. Okay, so let's go back to our password document. Section 11, Venn diagram. There's no way for us to grade this Venn diagram using Google Forms, okay? What we did was we said in your envelope, pull out a blue sheet of paper and complete the Venn diagram between the 2 characters, Chloe and Maya. Each section will require 3 words. So they'll write 3 words about Chloe, 3 words about Maya, and 3 words that are in the middle. They're both in school, they're both girls, whatever. Once they bring that to you, present it to your teacher, and you will have to give them the password before they can move on. The password you can see here is victory. So let's look at that. We used response validation, and we used a text that contains the word victory. Okay? So let's move on. Section 13, the password is rockets. Let's look at that. All right, cause and effect. In your envelope, Put the cause and effect in the correct order by using the orange papers and come see your teacher. Your teacher will give you the password. So let's look for cause and effect in this folder right here. So notice I clicked on cause and effect. And what this is going to do is going to have the cause that you're going to cut out and maybe laminate, and then the effect that you're going to cut out. And the kids are going to match this up. The snow fell on everything, and they'll match it with turning the world a brilliant white. The only seat was next to me. That's where our teacher put Maya. Cause, effect, whatever. So once they put those together, they come to you and they say that they're done, and you take a look at it, and their password is rockets. All right. So once they type that in over here, again, we'll show you one more time. I'll quit after this last time. Response validation text contains rockets. Okay. So let's move on. I'm going to close cause and effect, by the way. Let's move on to section 17. Infer. Two girls making fun of Maya, and the password is reading rocks. All right, so we need to go down here to section 17. All right, these two girls, in your own words, explain what the two girls behind Maya are discussing. Make sure that your answer is a complete sentence. Again, we can't grade the kids' complete sentence. They're going to bring their Chromebook to you. You take a look at it, and the answer is reading rocks, or the password is reading rocks. Next up, section 24, a blacklight pen. Let's talk about blacklight pens. I'd like to thank Lori Welch for all her hard work and finding these black pens, and of course coming up with this breakout. This was pretty much all her idea, and she came up and found these pens. There's the light is right here at the tip of the pen, and of course the ink is in here, and you can write in blacklight. For $6.33 you get 4 blacklight pens, and the caps are the lights. So you'll need those. For section 24, let's go find that. If you're overwhelmed already, call me. In your envelope, place the yellow cards in sequential order. Use the black light to find your code and type it below. All right, let's look at sequence. Sequence document right here. All right, the sentence number 1 has an L. You're going to write the L right here. You're just going to take your pen and write an L. Cut these up, right? Section number 2 is the M. You're going to write an M right here, okay? And then section 3 and section 4 have H's and K's. So I'm going to read these first two. We all stared at her. Her coat opened and the clothes beneath it looked old and ragged. At lunchtime, we rocked around the schoolyard with our fingers laced together, whispering secrets into each other's ears. These are all things in order in the book. Weeks passed and everybody whispered about Maya. Miss Albert brought a bowl into class and filled it with water. Yeah, that is it. The other... Yeah, that's the last one. Sorry, I threw the small stones into it over and over. This is just to throw the kids off, okay? So this one is irrelevant, and this one I believe is the last sentence. But you'll notice we only have 4, L, M, H, K. So you need L, M, H, and K. And they're going to type that in right here. Notice the password is L, M, H, K. All right. Last up, I need to look at passwords, and we need to do main idea, the pink cards, and the password is kind. So let's take a glance at that. Main idea, right here. All right, and the main idea, you're going to cut each one of these words out, and the kids are going to line them up. Nobody wanted to play with Maya. Now, Lori's pretty tricky with her third graders. She threw in some extra words, okay? You'll notice she has books reading in school down here. If you're second grade, take those out. If you're third grade and you want to mess with your kids, if this is not their first breakout, then, you know, go ahead and throw those extra words in there and throw those kids off. But yeah, once they show you that they have these papers laid out, nobody wanted to play with Maya, you give them the password as kind. Whew. All right, I hope that's it. Y'all give me a shout if you have any questions.